Why you're lazy. The younger version of me would always struggle to get work done, would always just delay it, procrastinate, and just honestly would never ever take action on the hard task. The task that I had to do, in which I knew deep down would give me the most growth, the most progress in the shortest amount of time possible. I would never take action on that task. Like in high school, I would never do the revision, which would ultimately give me better grades. I would never do what I was supposed to do. And I knew deep down, like, I need to do this, but I would never take action on it. And like, this is just what being lazy is. You always procrastinate, you keep delaying it. Like with my homework tasks, I would never do them first thing. I'd always push them to the last minute because, oh, I work better under pressure, which is, yeah, kind of true. I would always leave the work and I would never do the hard work, the task which I knew deep down would give me the most progress. And what would I do instead? I'd constantly overindulge and engage in like bad habits because these would give me that like satisfaction and they give me that quick and easy dopamine, which would make me feel so good in the moment, like drinking alcohol, as you can see here. But then after, bro, you feel like shit. The matter of me not knowing what instant and delayed gratification was at the time, lacking that education of, oh, I'm just going to do what's easy in the moment. But then the future me is just going to be full of emotions like regret, guilt, shame. Like, why the fuck did I do that? I was so unaware of this. Like, I would always overindulge in bad habits like video games, fapping, alcohol, junk food. Didn't really know how they were actually making me lazy, how that was affecting my personal development, my growth, my grades in school. Was really just uneducated. So today I'm going to speak over some lessons and learnings which I've learned over like the last 4 years, which have really helped me become a whole lot more productive, disciplined, and just honestly erase feelings of just like being lazy, lack of purpose. Just erase that and threw that out the window. First off, why should you listen to me? Well, my name is Adrian. I've been training in the gym for 6+ years. I've experienced what it's like to feel extremely lazy and never take action on meaningful tasks. It feels purposeful for me to help others strive for improvement in all areas of self-development. Finally, I'm proud of the progress I've made in my journey and feel like sharing it with you will only help accelerate your very own progress. Quick plug, I'm currently doing one-on-one coaching course. If you're interested, these courses are designed to help young men improve their confidence through tailored self-improvement strategies. Specifically focuses on identifying your current challenges, setting actionable goals, and providing practical advice to boost your self-confidence. The link's in the description for those of you who are interested. Finally, make sure to subscribe to this channel to get these full-length educational guides more often on your homepage, instead of like the shitty clickbait entertainment videos you're so used to watching, which honestly provide you with no value, just make you feel like, why the hell did I waste my time watching that? Subscribe to this channel, just purely educational content. My promise to you is that at the end of this video, you will not only learn what drastically helped me take action on my goals, but you'll feel more motivated to take action and become equipped the education needed to implement these learnings in your own life. There's 3 parts of this video. 1, brain points. 2, mental health. And 3, goal setting. Number 1, brain points. We only have a limited amount of brain points each day. A good example of this is the younger version of myself, younger Adrian. How would he start his day? And why would he always feel like he's lazy and has no energy to just do something productive or like take action on the meaningful task? The younger Adrian, he'd wake up. What would he do? He wouldn't get straight out of bed. He wouldn't go brush his teeth first thing. He'd wake up, he'd turn to the side, he'd reach for his phone and start scrolling for 30 minutes. All this does is, think of your brain points as like a, let's just say, a battery percentage on your phone, okay? Something that can decrease. So I'd wake up, grab my phone, I'd start scrolling for 30 minutes. So let's say I started the day for 100 brain points. Just from doing that action, doing something which makes me feel kind of shit. I'm already comparing myself to other people's lives. I'm already seeing the highlights of everyone else's fantastic life. So I grab my phone, I start scrolling for like 20, 30 minutes. My brain points have now gone from 100 to let's say 90. Okay, let's say 90. So I've already wasted energy, I've wasted focus, productiveness, everything. Everything's just decreased. I'm already just a much more lazier version of myself. Okay, whatever. I've lost 10 brain points. I can still make the rest of the day semi-productive, right? Brush my teeth, do all the standard stuff, all this fluff shit, have a shower, blah, blah, blah. What do I do next? Okay, I think the smart thing for me to do at the time was eat a big breakfast, because breakfast is the most important meal of the day and I need to eat for energy. All this does is it makes my brain points decrease even more, because now that I've ate, I'm putting my digestive system to work. That takes energy. That makes me feel kind of lethargic. I'm yawning. I feel tired. So brain points has gone from, let's say, 90 to 80 because I'm getting like brain fog and shit. My gut's working overtime. I'm not fasted. I would have been a whole lot better off if I was to fast. What I do next? I'll probably grab my phone and scroll again. What I do next might have a fap. You get the point. I'm overindulging and doing these tasks and like bad habits, which ultimately just reduce my brain points. I'm doing stuff which feels good in the moment, but it's just sapping and taking away energy and focus from my future self. So by the time it hits like, let's say 12 p.m., 1 p.m., I'm already on like 50 brain points and I just feel like I can't be fucked taking action on a productive task. Nighttime rolls around. I say to myself, okay, tomorrow's going to be the day. Tomorrow is going to be the day where I'm going to take action on this. I'm going to start posting videos. How does the day start? Same thing. Grab my phone, do these bad habits, blah, 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 probably fat, play video games, just wasting my focus and attention. Never take action. So how did I like snap out of this? How did I say to myself, I'm a lazy motherfucker. I need to learn what the problem actually is. Well, believe it or not, it wasn't until I became aware of the more I started to realize I'm wasting attention on false accomplishments like video games, porn, social media, etc. All of these bad habits were literally giving me this feeling of like false accomplishments. Like, oh, video games give you the false accomplishment of progress. They make you feel like you're accomplishing something. In reality, no one gives a fuck. You're accomplishing nothing. Porn makes you feel accomplished because it makes you feel like you're getting girls and stuff like that. Reality, what are you doing? Spectator. Social media is one of the worst things because it makes you feel like you're accomplishing something because you're seeing all the other highlights of people's lives and that makes you feel happy for them, and deep down it makes you feel like you're making an impact on their progress. But in reality, you're just a consumer, you're not a creator. So you're literally just helping them out by watching their stuff, especially like these entertainment guys. Like, it makes you feel like you're part of the journey watching their entertainment journey, like the Sidemen, shit like that. End of the day, you're just a spectator and you're wasting your attention on false accomplishments. Ask yourself, does this person promote or improve me in any way? Most likely not. If you're following a bunch of like entertainment guys, girls, whatever, models, shit like that, ask yourself, does this individual promote or improve or accelerate my very own progress deep down? If the answer is no, bro, who gives a shit? Unfollow them, man. Unfollow them. They're just wasting and stealing your focus and attention. They're draining your brain points. They're the reason you go on your phone and feel like shit because you're constantly comparing your life to theirs and you feel like they're up there. So you're putting them on a pedestal, but like deep down, let's be real, you don't even know what they've been through. You don't even know what they've accomplished, etc. So like, if you want to feel more productive, if you want to stop being lazy, the first most important step is to try your best and become aware of the fact that you got to stop wasting attention on false accomplishments and try to save your brain points. Because if you can go through the first couple hours of the day and you still have high brain points, you still have high energy, and you're aware of, okay, I'm eliminating these false accomplishments, you're probably going to eventually be more likely and inclined to take action on the meaningful task, the thing that you know deep down will give you the most progress in the shortest amount of time. I went through a period of time, I think it was like 8 to 10 long months of me saying to myself, I'm going to post a TikTok, I'm going to post a video. I never took action on it. It took me 8 to 10 months to realize it's all this bad shit, which is not making me take action in the first place. When I started to erase this bad stuff, and I started posting videos maybe once a week. Once I started to get the hang of it, I just rode that wave. I started to gain momentum. Now I wouldn't think twice about posting a video. Now my mindset was, okay, I'm going to post a video every day because this is what gives me the most progress. And I understand how valuable my attention and focus is for me to accomplish my goals. You're probably asking yourself, how the hell do I beat these addictions? How do I erase bad habits? Like, I'm so addicted and glued to them. Well, that leads to the second slide and second point of today's video, mental health. Mental health doesn't get spoken about enough, and it's probably the reason why you're overindulging in bad habits like fapping, video games to like a crazy extent. I saw this on a video, Hamza mentioned this. It's the most educational bit of advice you'll ever hear. Bad habits in extreme is a symptom of poor mental health. Let me say that again. Bad habits in extreme. So in extreme, let's say you're fapping 5 times a day. Let's say you're playing video games 6, 7, 8 hours a day. Let's say you're eating junk food 5, 6 times a day. Bad habits in extreme, it's a symptom. It is a symptom of poor mental health. So I've never said this in a video. I've never said this in my shorts, never said this in my long form content. I've never spoken about this before. Realize that the reason why you're doing all these bad habits, it all starts with your mind. It's all of your mental health. If I'm to tell you you want to start decreasing your habits, it's kind of stupid for me to say, let's try reduce the symptoms for you to become a better person. If you don't fix the main problem, if you don't focus and fix the main problem, which is mental health, it's not going to fix the symptoms. So many guys can go through their life not aware of like how bad their mental health is, and the reason why it doesn't get any better is because you want to focus on the problem. You want to focus on trying to improve your mental health. Because let's compare two guys. Let's compare a guy who's got good mental health and let's compare a guy who has shit mental health. The guy who has good mental health, he feels productive, he knows what he has to do, he takes action on the meaningful task. The guy who has good mental health, who feels good about himself more often throughout the day, throughout the 24 hours of the day, he's probably not going to play video games for 6, 7 hours because he kind of just knows it's not good for him. He's not going to fap 3, 4 times a day because he knows that's not good for his mental health. He knows that makes him feel like shit. He knows feelings of like guilt, shame, regret start to get increased. The guy who has good mental health has lower symptoms of overindulging these bad habits in extreme. Like, yeah, he might fap once, twice a week, but like he's the type of guy who's not going to do it 5 times in a day. The guy who has bad mental health, the guy who doesn't feel productive, the guy who has all these like mental demons inside of him, is overthinking, anxious, insecure, etc. Literally the younger version of me. That guy, he's going to overindulge, overstimulate in these bad habits so much more, like in extreme. He is going to be playing video games 6, 7, 8 hours a day to escape reality, to not attack his problems. He's going to be fapping 4 or 5 times a day to make him feel like he's getting girls and shit like that. But in reality, no, he's just itching the scratch and he's not actually solving it. It all starts and begins with mental health. Once you can start to focus on the problem, the symptoms will decrease. The bad habits, you're not going to be relying on them as much as you once did. So you're probably asking yourself, how the hell do I fix my mental health? I've heard everything about how to fix it, but I've never actually done it. There's 3 things you can do. There's meditation, gratitude journaling, and dopamine detox. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. You've probably heard all of the shit about, yeah, meditation is really good for you for fixing your mental health, but you probably find it really hard to get into. And it's something I still struggle with to this day. I can only meditate for like 3 to 5 minutes max, and then I feel like I'm wasting time. I've never really been the type of guy who's been felt like super purposeful with meditation, so I'm not going to speak a whole lot about it. But just as an option, yeah, if you can get into the habit of meditating, it's going to make you become a whole lot more aware. It's going to improve your gap intellect. It's kind of going to erase and decrease your monkey mind. Your monkey mind's kind of that mind where you become like subconscious. Your brain just kind of turns off and you overindulge in these habits. And then once the fun's over, then your brain turns on and you realize you're like, why the hell did I just do all those habits? Meditation kind of improves that. It kind of increases your gap of intellect. Second's gratitude journaling. This is essential for mental health. Literally, get a journal. I know it sounds dumb. Trust me. Take action on this. Your mental health is going to improve. It kind of organizes your brain. Let's say your brain has a bunch of problems. You're constantly feeling super stressed. You feel like you have low confidence, insecure, blah, blah, blah. What's stopping you from writing down on a piece of paper what you're grateful for? It doesn't even have to be I'm grateful for. It can literally just be like positive affirmations and shit like that. Get a pen, open your journal, write down, I am this, I will be jacked, I will make money, whatever your goal is. Write down what you're grateful for, write down who you want to become, and write down who you are. Trust me, this will fix your mental health. If you can get to the habit of doing this every single night, slowly you're going to start feeling a lot more better about yourself. You're going to start getting this like positive reinforcement. Like, oh, I am this, I am that. I'm to tell myself 3 million times in a year, I am this, I am jacked. Even if I'm not jacked, if I can write down on a piece of paper, I am jacked. 1 million times in a year. You'd think sooner or later I'm going to take action on it. That's kind of what gratitude journaling does. It fixes your self-image. It kind of helps you take action on like changing your identity. The third thing is dopamine detox. This kind of gets, you can call it dopamine detox or monk mode, whatever, kind of the same thing. A lot of guys think of it more as monk mode now, like the newer generation. I think of it as monk mode as well. But when I first started trying to improve myself, I started seeing just the phrase dopamine detox. And this is what, when I went through my first phase of this is what gave me the most results. This is what improved my mental health. This is what made me make the most amount of progress in the shortest period of time possible. Dopamine detox pretty much means you want to cut out and erase any and every single source of bullshit dopamine. So like all the instant shit. You want to go through a period of time where, I won't say isolation, but a period of extreme. And these periods of extremes is when you feel most happiest, is when your mental health improves the most, is when you make the most progress, etc. Dopamine detox are periods of extreme. So let's say 1 hour social media a day, no junk food, no bullshit binge watching TV shows. Periods where you say to yourself, I'm not going to do any fake dopamine habits. I'm just going to go all in on the productive, deep work. You realize at first, if you're the type of guy who's so reliant on indulging in bullshit habits, at first, from you going to 100 to 0 instantly, you're going to get a lot of these withdrawal symptoms. You're going to get a lot of these cravings and like feelings of, oh, I need a fap. I need to eat junk food. I need to do this. But bro, you pass the first couple of days, you start to gain momentum. Oh, I'm on day 3 now. You're just going to feel better and better about yourself day in, day out. You're going to be gaining so much momentum. You're going to start to take action on your goals. So your mental health is going to be improved greatly. It's what helped me the most. It's what gave me the quickest results in fixing my mental health, which is the problem. When you can go through, let's just say a 2 week or a month dopamine detox, you're gonna look back and be like, thank God I did that. That changed my life in the quickest amount of time possible. That gave me the most results. It was a period of time where I felt like I made the most progress. It was a period of time where I felt most happiest. That's how you fix and attack the problem. You're not going to be that lazy bloke anymore. You're going to improve. You're going to be that productive guy. You're going to start to take action on your goals. You're going to stop procrastinating. You're going to stop pushing and delaying the hard tasks. You're going to be the type of guy who takes action on it. And trust me, for the rest of 2024, if you can be a man of your word and do this, you're going to have no regrets. And finally, number 3, we have goal setting. Ultimate way to become more masculine and successful. We are happiest when we are making progress. This is something I didn't know until literally 2 years ago. So I started gym 2018, so 6 years ago. So you'd think, oh, I'm in the habit of improving myself. That's when I feel most happiest. But at the time, I was still overindulging in bad habits like video games, junk food, etc. It took me up until 2022 to realize that, holy shit, I feel my most happiest. I feel most fulfilled when I'm making progress towards an ultimate goal. And this doesn't get spoken about enough. Most people think the happiness comes from achieving a goal. Most people think the fulfillment comes in status, money, materialistic shit like the car, the girl, etc. That's what we've been taught. That's what we've been manipulated to think like, oh, work this job and you'll get the money, you'll get the status, and that's when you'll feel happiest, when you get him. Believe it or not, it's not the case, bro. Ask yourself, when you, let's say, achieve your goal of benching 100 kilos, like you achieve the goal. Yeah, you feel happy. You feel a little bit happy, like, yeah, I achieved my goal. But like, then you ask yourself, what's the next thing? What can I do next to keep making progress? As a masculine guy, as a masculine person, girl or guy, if you're masculine, you know deep down, you feel your most happiest when you're making progress towards something. So the smart thing to do would be to align all your habits and tasks towards a goal. And once you accomplish that goal, once you peel that layer of purpose, you got to realize like, okay, what's next? Not, oh, I've accomplished my goal. I can just lay back and relax for the rest of my life now. Like a lot of people think that, like a lot of like middle income people think that, oh, the rich people, once they're rich, once you have $1 million in the bank, oh, life's done. Life's on autopilot. But it's like, no. Why would I stop? I feel most happiest when I keep making progress. Like, it doesn't stop. That's why the rich keep getting rich and the poor keep getting poor. Realize that we are happiest when we are making progress, whether it comes with gym, self-improvement, making videos, whatever. You are your happiest when you're making progress towards something, building your personal brand, building your body, and become aware of the fact that you find fulfillment in the problems you solve, not what you accomplish. It's the same thing with anything. Like, so many like unintelligent people think and believe, oh, I'm going to be super happy when I get my dream car and then all my problems are going to be solved. I'm going to be the happiest I've ever been. I just need to get that dream car. I just need to make that much amount of money in a month. I need to be making 10K a month and then I'm going to feel my most happiest. Bro, nothing's going to fucking change, bro. Nothing's going to change. You're still going to have the same mental problems you still have if you've accomplished the goal or if you haven't. Nothing's going to fucking change. You're still going to be the same guy deep down with the same problems. I'm not saying status, money, materialistic shit isn't cool or fun. Like, yeah, my life would probably be better if I have more of that, right? We all understand that. But it's not the solution to my problems. That's why so many people think I need to work a 9 to 5 because this will give me that money and then that will make me feel happy. This will give me that promotion and status and that will make me feel happy. But like, at the end of the day, if you don't like solving the problems you're currently solving, brother, you're still going to be depressed no matter what. Set goals which feel purposeful to you, and that's when you're going to feel most happiest. That's when your mental health is going to start to improve, when you're accomplishing something which feels a lot more purposeful to you. Not fucking slaving away in your shitty job and they say it's going to give you money and it makes you feel good, but in reality, you hate what you're doing. It doesn't feel purposeful. Yeah, you might get a bit of extra money, but at the end of the day, you realize that you find fulfillment in the problems you solve and not the money. I'd rather make less money and feel fulfilled in the problems I solve than make a whole lot more money and work a shitty 9 to 5 and hate what I'm doing. Set goals that feel purposeful to you, and I can guarantee you, over time, when you start to do stuff which feels good to you, you're not going to be lazy. You're not going to ask yourself why I'm lazy. You're not going to be watching these videos about like, oh, why am I so lazy? You're going to like what you do and you're just going to start to do more of it. So there's going to be no second thoughts. You're not going to doubt yourself. You're going to be like, oh, I feel purposeful when I'm making progress. So I'm just going to do more of what makes me feel good because I feel fulfilled when doing so. It's like, and then you also got to ask yourself, as I said previously, let me go back. The main reason why you do these bad habits in extreme is because of the problem, which is poor mental health. Now ask yourself, people that work 9 to 5s, they don't like what they're doing, they don't feel purposeful. You'd think they have pretty bad mental health. So what happens when they come home? What's the symptoms of poor mental health? Bad habits in extreme. That's why they're stuck in this cycle. This is what absolutely no one speaks about. You see all these self-improvement guys, other than Hamza does speak about this, but everyone else, they speak about, oh, this is how you stop your addictions, this is how you stop your problems. You got to do this, you got to take cold showers, you got to do this, you got to do that. Which is, yeah, it's cool, it's fluffy and shit like that. No other guy speaks about your mental health is the main problem, which is giving you these extreme symptoms. So, as I just said, most guys go to 9 to 5, blah, blah, blah. They don't feel purposeful. They don't feel like they're making progress. So their mental health is kind of, it's not its highest, right? It's just not its highest. So then they'll go home and overstimulate and indulge in bad habits because they're lacking that feeling of purpose in their life. Set goals, accomplish those goals, and ask yourself, how can I continue making progress in which will give the future me a much more happier, better life, and will honestly make the future me a whole lot less lazy, and wouldn't even have to ask the question on why am I so lazy. Why I'm lazy is because I'm not trying to fulfill my purpose. I'm not making progress towards something which makes me feel good about myself. Quick actionable step for those of you who have stayed this long in the video. Right now, write down what your long-term goal is and what the short-term goals are to ultimately achieve that. Go all in for the rest of 2024 on this specific goal. You will look back and thank your younger self when you've accomplished it. I may have motivated you with this video, but honestly, I don't give a fuck if you've watched this much of the video. All I care about is if you've taken action or not. Get a whiteboard or go on your phone, whatever. Write down what the hell your long-term goal is and what the short-term goals are to achieve that. I hope this advice was valuable and that it motivates and gives you the education you need to start taking action in improving yourself. Leave a comment about one bad habit you're struggling with down below. Like and subscribe for more videos about self-improvement. I'll see you in the next video. Whoop!